Even if you were the most pessimistic Liverpool fan or had a crystal ball at your disposal, you still wouldn't have seen last night's result coming, would you? Now, you're probably still fuming, but hold on. What if we said that last night's scoreline isn't even the biggest problem Jurgen Klopp needs to worry about? Hear us out. Ever since the FA Cup defeat to Manchester United, the Reds have been facing the same problems repeatedly in matches against teams like Brighton, Sheffield United and Manchester United once more. Although these issues hadn't caused any losses in the league, last night Gian Piero Gasperini crafted a brilliant strategy that exploited Liverpool's ongoing problems, leading to a shocking 3-0 defeat at Anfield. Now that the dust is settled, let's dive into what went down in last night's match and how Liverpool's persistent issues over the past few weeks led to a crushing loss in the Europa League that has probably tossed another trophy out of the window. Heading into the match, it was clear that the Reds were in for a tough one. Despite Atalanta's struggles back in Italy and their current form, they were still led by the skilled tactician Gasperini, who not only steered the club to its first Champions League appearance in 2019, but also helped them reach the round of 16. Yet with Klopp's chosen lineup and the match being at Anfield, most Liverpool fans were likely expecting a victory. Kelleher was in goal, standing behind the centre-backs Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahima Konate. Joe Gomez shifted once again to right back, with Kostas Tsimikas on the left. Wataru Endo maintained his position as the number 6, with Curtis Jones back in the starting 11 and Alexis McAllister as the second number 8. The attack saw significant changes. Cody Gakpo was on the left, Harvey Elliott took on the right, and Darwin Núñez led the line as the striker. Now, the first and glaring issue that the Reds have been grappling with in recent weeks is their tendency to concede the first big chance of every game. It's as if the players need that initial shock to snap into the match. That's exactly what unfolded 3 minutes in, when Mario Malasic's close-range shot was met by Kelleher's face, making a crucial save. The Reds quickly shifted to attack mode, with Cody Gakpo spearheading the effort by dropping deep to get involved. The Dutchman was dynamic in the first 10 minutes, delivering 2 smart passes to Darwin Núñez and demonstrating his skill in dribbling and holding onto the ball. Playing a dual role as both winger and makeshift midfielder, Gakpo tucked inside occasionally, giving Tsimikas room to push forward aggressively, which seemed like it would be Liverpool's tactic to attack the Italians. However, this strategy didn't hold up as Gakpo began to disappear from the game after his initial contributions didn't pan out. We believe this is the main issue of the Dutchman so far with Liverpool. He seems to quickly lose confidence and then slowly fade away once things don't go his way. Yet it wasn't just Gakpo who underperformed. The entire team's display last night was underwhelming, being described as possibly the worst of the season, surpassing even the disappointing 3-1 loss to Arsenal at the Emirates. So let's dive deeper to break down the specifics of what exactly went wrong last night. This video is sponsored by Copite Clothing. Copite Clothing is a Liverpool clothing site owned by match-going fans. Each design is limited edition and is perfect to wear on a match day, on the terraces at Anfield, down your local, or cozy in the comfort of your own home. As stated, each design is limited edition, and if a product is showing out of stock, they will not be restocking the item, so if you have your eye on something, grab it fast. Lastly, Copite Clothing wants fellow Reds to be 100% satisfied with their orders, so if there is a reason you're not happy, they will refund you with no questions asked. Head over to copiteclothing.com or down into the link in the description to get all of your Liverpool merchandise. Anyway, let's get back into today's video. See, Gasperini is a master at 2 things, pressing and launching direct attacks, and both were on full display last night. We bet you agree that it's hard to recall the last time Liverpool were pressed so intensely at Anfield, and the statistics back this up, showing Atalanta averaging 10.4 passes per defensive action. It's also been ages since any team managed to outdo Liverpool in terms of high turnovers at Anfield, with Atalanta securing 5 high turnovers compared to Liverpool's 3. This tactical superiority was largely due to Gasperini's strategy of engaging Liverpool players in nearly constant man-to-man marking throughout most of the game. Just look at this frame 2 minutes into the match. And now take a glimpse at this frame 82 minutes in. You can see how relentless and consistent Atalanta were with their man-to-man marking approach. And how could they not? After all, it was incredibly effective, but how and why did it work so well? Let's dive into that explanation. To counter Atalanta's intense man-to-man press, Liverpool tried to use Kelleher as a key player by frequently getting the ball back to him. The idea was that if Atalanta players chose to press him, Kelleher would either send a long ball over the top or find Ibrahima Konate on the sideline, who is known for his ability to advance the ball through his carrying skills. However, the conditions of the game played right into Gasperini's hands. With the match being at Anfield, the Liverpool players felt the pressure to take the initiative, whereas the Atalanta players were not forced to engage unless necessary, and that's exactly what transpired. Take a look at the players' average positions and the passing network. It clearly illustrates how Liverpool struggled to effectively progress the ball up the field, as the players were forced to occupy deeper areas than usual. As expected, the Italians continued with their calculated approach, opting not to commit fully to press, but instead waiting for the right moments to trigger their pressing actions. This tactic highlighted another flaw in Liverpool's recent games, which is temperament. Unlike Atalanta, the Reds showed lack of patience, trying to move the ball too hastily. This urgency coincided with Kelleher having perhaps his worst performance in terms of distribution, successfully completing only 8 out of 25 long balls. Pulisic led the midfield for the Italians, who were the first to intercept those long balls intended to bypass their initial press. Even on occasions when Liverpool players managed to recover the second balls in midfield, Atalanta's defence was quick to step in, maintaining an average defensive action height of 47.8 metres. This tactical setup only worsened the temperament issues within the Reds, as they grew increasingly frustrated by Atalanta's disciplined defensive block. The impatience of Liverpool's play became more apparent as they continued to seek quick, direct passes. It was in this context that Liverpool fell victim to Gasperini's second noted strength, direct attacks. The first goal came as a direct consequence of this approach. Tsimikas opted for a direct header towards Darwin, overlooking other available options. The second goal was a result of a poor pass from Kelleher to Gomez, leading to Atalanta regaining possession and scoring in a manner similar to their first goal. The third goal was conceded when Dominik Szoboszlai, attempting to force play from deep, misjudged his pass after losing control of the ball, which was easily anticipated and intercepted by the opposition. Atalanta also created 2 additional significant chances from similar situations, further demonstrating the tactical effectiveness of their approach. The issues of temperament and certain complacency were again apparent in Liverpool's performance, highlighted by squandered opportunities such as Darwin Núñez missing a one-on-one chance early in the match and Diogo Jota failing to convert a header in the closing minutes. Now hear us out. These technical missteps, lack of focus, difficulties in the build-up phase, and especially the lapse in concentration in the final third have all been painfully visible in recent weeks. These issues made the match against Brighton, Sheffield United, and Manchester United far more challenging than necessary. We've mentioned before that this might stem from the physical demands of Liverpool's game model, with players potentially struggling to maintain focus after an intense season. This is a critical moment where Jurgen Klopp needs to step in, as he must use this loss as a psychological lever to motivate his players for the rest of the season. And you know what? We should all trust the gaffer to do so. After all, his man management skills are what made him one of the best managers in the world. Now, believe it or not, it's actually beneficial that this setback occurred now, particularly in the Europa League. Yeah, some might argue that this is some kind of coping mechanism, but let us explain. The players needed to be penalised for their lapse in concentration to realise that they cannot always escape unscathed, and they did in the games against Brighton and Sheffield United. And let's be honest, if this loss serves as a wake-up call for Klopp and this squad to address these ongoing issues, preventing them from reoccurring the league, most would find it an acceptable trade-off. This about it is the Europa League, the farewell trophy Liverpool fans want for Jurgen Klopp. Absolutely not. Therefore, even though there's still a chance in the return leg, we believe Jurgen Klopp should not gamble. Instead, he should redirect all his focus to the remaining 7 Premier League games. Don't get us wrong, it was a tough loss, and probably another shot at a title gone, no doubt about it. But honestly, the loss itself shouldn't be our biggest worry after last night's showing. The recurring issues of temperament, frequent loss of possession, technical mistakes, and lackluster finishing have been glaringly evident over the last few weeks. This defeat has put spotlight on these problems, and it's high time that Klopp and his team address them. If these issues persist in the remaining Premier League matches, there's no doubt Liverpool could find themselves slipping out of the title race. Now, with players like Trent Alexander-Arnold, Diogo Jota, and Alisson returning, Klopp might just have the tools he needs to start fixing some of these issues. We'll be diving deeper into this topic in an upcoming video, so make sure you do subscribe so you do not miss out. So, are you reeling from last night's game? Or do you agree with our perspective that it's better to face this setback in the Europa League rather than the Premier League? Share your thoughts in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed our analysis, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for more Liverpool deep dives. Thank you, I'll see you all next time. Take care, peace.